Indigenous Rights Radio, because knowledge is power.
Hello, welcome to Voice for Change, the program where we discuss pressing social and environmental issues with experts and change makers from around the globe. I am Rayyan Musa Lere, and today we are diving into a critical topic, which is the threats and challenges faced by the indigenous defenders who are on the front line of protecting their lands, cultures, and natural resources. These defenders face immense risk, ranging from violence and displacement to systematic marginalization. To explore this, we are joined by Dr. Comrade Awwal Abdullahi Aliyu, a renowned advocate for indigenous rights and an expert on global indigenous movements. Doctor, you're welcome. Please, can you reintroduce yourself?
Well, my name is Comrade Dr. Awwal Abdullahi Aliyu. I am a civil rights activist, political analyst, and of course the president of Northern Consensus Movement, an amalgamation of 596 associations of Northerners in 37 states, that is including Abuja. And I'm also a security analyst as well.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Please, to start, can you please help us understand why indigenous defenders play such a crucial role and what specific challenges make their work so dangerous?
Well, the issue is that, like you know, first is the issue of relocation, blatant relocation without reason and without benefit for it. In most cases, you find that it is someone who is an habitat of a place before him, his father, even before his father, his grandfather have been in a place, and then just suddenly somebody just come for whatever reason it is, either for farming sake or for development sake in terms of housing or relocation of companies or whatever, either discovery of natural resources or anything like that. Then you just come and then you move these people out of where they are, and then without a proper, resettlement, so to say, or even if for any chance there is a resettlement, it may not be as good as where they are coming from. Possibly the facilities that they are enjoying will not be there. And even in terms of farming, like you all know, there are places that are good for farming certain level of certain kind of crops. There are places that is not too suitable to for production of certain level of crops. So such a part of the challenges and then the issues on ground. And I guess that unless and until we accept that doing so provide for a proper planning and arrangement, and as well as getting proper engagement, discussion, and then acceptability, and realizing the fact that inhabitation of thing or place is something that more like hereditary. And then if you cut someone off just like that without his consent and then without a proper arrangement, I think you'll be unfair to that person. And naturally, such people will stand to defend that thing by all means and all how, and then anything can happen. It can even cause, apart from economic challenges, it can as well cause security problems.
Okay, but I don't know, Doctor, maybe you can share a recent example that illustrates these challenges. I don't know whether...
Yes, you can take, for example, if you take, let us take in Kaduna State, for example.
Okay.
There's an axis of, in a recent time, there is a place where, like, during the former governor of Kaduna State, you have a place like that is a federal government plot, so to say, or land, in the southern Kaduna axis, where Kaduna Polytechnic is said to have a piece of land.
Yes.
And then the former governor now come in an intention to relocate those people. It is entire community telling them that they are illegally resident in that area. And while, like I said, they have been there for time immemorial. And then coming to resettle or to move those people out without provision for where they are to be relocated on. And certainly such people, that has happened in the past in Kaduna State. And then there was a very serious resistance. But with the coming of the present governor, I think he has rescinded that initial plan, and then the people are happy. So you see, that is just one example that we can give out of so many that we can bring. Now, you know what it causes. You know how people become disenfranchised. You know how people become disorganized that time. You know how people see them enmity, even between community to community, and then suspicion, disagreement, and by extension, it is also caused not only economic hardship, like I said, it has also created security challenges, because we know what happened within that period: the fighting, the killings, the destructions of properties, which continued to certain level. And then once you get people getting involved in crime and criminality, and they see the benefit and begin to enjoy committing crime and criminality, it is hard for those people to stop. And that thing has is continually happening within that area, courtesy of that initial threat of movement that they had. It has already battered the thinking, the mindset of the people, and there's already distrust, disharmony, and disconnection between the people and even the government. Even though, like I said, the present administration has rescinded that initial thing, and then stability is beginning to come back. But at the same time, you still have security challenges.
But at this juncture, Doctor, let us talk about the people behind these statistics. Are there stories of resilience or advocacy that have particularly inspired you?
Yes. You know very well, even I as a person had advocated in the past on issues like this. We've continued to advocate. Even part of the discussion we're having with you is still part of the advocacy, trying to bring out the problems, the prospect, and of course the solution to the challenges. So there are advocacies, people have advocated, there are things like that. It has happened and it will continue to happen, and people will continue to get enlightened, and then continue to fight for their right and privileges. And of course, government may likely listen or may not, but advocacy will continue.
Okay, well, what about the let's say maybe the lawyers that people can they maybe get lawyers that can support or depend them for this kind of movement?
Yes, there's you will know that first there's Public Complaint Commission, which had given room for an individual to complain about one thing or group of things, or either an individual or group of individuals coming to complain on a particular thing that they feel is not right, either on their person or in their community. That body is independently created by the Constitution of Nigeria, that Nigerians can go and complain where they feel that their right is being infringed on. That is one. Two, there are equally they call them lawyers without borders, who also advocate for fundamental human rights, and then where there's enfranchisation, you go there and complain. They take up the case independently. And move it, trying to find solution to it. There is also this one they call lawyers
Without Borders.
Lawyers Without Borders. I've mentioned that there are these ones, they just escape my mind. They are equally a group of lawyers that are, well, if you like, they are fundamentalists, human rights fighters, so to say. There's a particular name they call them, it just escaped my mind, but they are also there. Their duty is to provide free legal services to people independently, as a body, as an NGO, provide free legal services to Nigerians that feel that in one way or the other, either government or individual have encroached into their fundamental human right or property or whatever that has to do with regular life of a Nigerian. They are there also providing free legal services, and believe me, they don't take a dime from anybody, and they fight to the last to ensure that whatever one misses or lost, he gets it, he recovers it.
At this juncture, please, Doctor, how can allies, both individual and organizations, support indigenous defenders in practical way?
Well, one is by advocacy.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, advocacy assists, because when you keep when you don't talk, like it used to say, when you see something, say something and also do something. Now, if you see something and you say something, and then you try to do something, it means that thing that you've seen that you are speaking out or acting on might likely be addressed to get to the level where the right thing is being done. So they can be assisted through advocacy, mostly advocacy, and also encouraging them to come in group, not individually but collectively, to also advocate themselves for their rights and privileges. These are part of the things that, if done, I think it will greatly assist.
Okay, after this, I don't know whether maybe at the end, do you have any, let's say, message to our timid listeners so that they can help these defenders?
Well, the issue is there's issue of there is a logic that says one for all and all for one. Okay. One for all and all for one simply means that whatever affects your brother, you should consider it as your own problem. Whatever affects you as a person, the next person to you should see it as his own problem. So there should be synergy, there should be cooperation, there should be understanding, there should be teamwork. Everywhere, wherever you are, at the office, at the community level, in the farm, anywhere, in the markets, in the motor parks, wherever you are, there should be a collective understanding, there should be love, there should be unity, there should be togetherness, and people should always come in group, form little groups with leadership on whatever they do, so that the leadership will give direction, and that is an atmosphere or a venue or avenue that they may use to fight for whatever that belongs to them, or whatever they think is right, or correct whatever they think is wrong. So my advice is for people to come together wherever they find themselves and work as a team in love and harmony with understanding.
Lastly, Doctor, what do you see as hopeful trend or growing momentum in this area?
Well, the hopeful trend is that government itself is responding to advocacies that are ongoing on issues that inflict injury or disharmony or discomfort on people. So these are part of it. Like I said, advocacy is the major thing, and then government should listen where the people cry or complain. It is the responsibility of government to protect lives and property of its citizens. And if that is the case, it means government should respond to every hues and cries of the people positively. Responding is not just it, but responding positively in favor of the people. Yes, in a democratic setting, it is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And if it is so practiced, it means the people are the masters of the government, not those that are governing that are masters of the people, which in essence there should be servant leadership. The leaders should see themselves as servant instead of seeing themselves as leaders and the followers are the servant.
Thank you, Doctor, for sharing your insight.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you again, Dr. Comrade Awwal Abdullahi Aliyu. At this very juncture, all timid listeners, remember that you have a role to play. Learn more, speak up, and support the indigenous defenders who are safeguarding our communities. If you found this conversation meaningful, please share it with your network and follow Indigenous Right Radio for more tough, provoking topics or provoking discussions. Until next time, my name is Rayyan Musa Lere, saying stay informed, stay engaged, and let's create a better world together. Goodbye.
Indigenous Rights Radio, because knowledge is power.